Shalom, Rawchaar, lights in Christ. This message is for the GOCC folk. You know what? They studied me, but they didn't break me. I'm out of that trashy church now because they didn't like what an Edomite really looks like to them. They think whites are Edomites. They're so screwed up in the brain. I tried to tell them the truth, and they said, fuck you, basically. They kicked me out of their church. My new motto is blacks and whites are Israelites, the Jewish are the Edomites. I tried to explain this to Elder Rawchaar, but he wouldn't listen. He just screwed me over. He said basically, this is what he did to me basically. He said, get lost, Jewish princess. He knows whites, Gentiles in Christ are supposed to be uplifted and encouraged to come back to Christ, to come back to the true Hebrew Israelites. But you know, when I explained to him about the Hebrewisms of white folk, he said basically, get lost, we don't want you around. He canceled my channel he basically blocked me off his channel. I explained many wonderful things about the Hebrew Israelite abolitionists. I explained to him about the blacks and whites in England together as kings and queens, the righteous black king and the righteous white king. It's called the Lion and the Unicorn on the emblem of England, and he knows the Anglo-Saxons are Israelites. He knows the Anglo-Saxons are Israelites. He preached it from the beginning when I was there in that church in the GOCC as a white Gentile in Christ. And when I started coming into the truth by the Most High's power, explaining to me that I was Ephraim, which I tried to explain to him very well, biblically based too, biblically sound. He understood very well. I saw it in his eyes, and I heard it in his voice when he was starting to come around to the truth of what I was explaining to him. Online, I saw it. He started to talk about white people in better ways. Like their Hebrewisms were starting to come up into his brain. And then people started canceling his videos that were bringing out that truth. He started changing all around then. But not me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to forget about that man who taught me about the truth about Rawchaar. I'm not erasing him off my list. He is still the righteousest man that I can find on the block right now, because he is still teaching the truth about Rawchaar in the name of Yeshua. So I'm sticking around. I'm not going away. No way, no how. I am still on his side for Christ, even though he kicked me out of his church, even though he won't let me back into that wonderful Hebrew Bible Academy that I paid for. I was in the very first one. I think it was in 2010. December 2010 was the very first one. I was in it. My name was Yeshua's servant. That was my my name online in the class. Vera747 remembers me very well. I was her sister there, and she was in the first one too. Vera747. She's a YouTuber as well. She's not really walking with Christ anymore, unfortunately. Very, very sad. Although she still calls me her sister because she remembers me online from those beginning days of Hebrewism with us together. It was wonderful days. I'm still stuck like glue to the GOCC, even though they don't want me around. So I still visit them online. I still, talk to them. A Gathering 144. That's their YouTube version right now. I still try to straight truth him up like Brother Gabar, Elder Gabar in New York. He's still stuck like glue to that hero too. That's great for him. That's very great for him. I wish they wouldn't be wicked to me. But you know what? I ain't going to be wicked to them. I'm just going to tell them straight truth when I see it. When I see some wonderful videos of theirs, I'm going to talk about it online. And I'm going to straight truth them when I see something wrong. That's the way the women of the world should work. When they're heroes in Christ. If it's biblically based, forget about it. You ain't got no problem with me. If it's screwed up because you ain't doing your research right, or you ain't being scripturematized very well, forget about it. I ain't got a problem with you at all. No way, no how. Sure, yeah. I'm gonna tell you straight truth. If you've got a problem with the Most High's issues, you got a problem with me too. That's what friends are for. Shalom in Christ.